Brock, what's sort of been your mindset since Saturday night with the change in the second half and just your approach these last few days?
Yes, sir. Obviously, just as a quarterback and stuff, or really any position, just, got to get better, especially whenever that happens to yourself. You got to really look yourself in the mirror, things of that sort. And definitely some plays I wish I had back, and just got to get better on third down. And that's mainly just coming from me. Got to make sure I do better on third down and just get better every day.
Do you feel like you're in a quarterback competition, Brock?
I don't really look at it as that. Whatever they decide is what they decide, and obviously, when you don't play good, you don't play, obviously. So obviously was not playing that well, and didn't play, but every day, whether you're the 1, you're the 5, 6, whatever, don't matter. Kind of just that same mindset going in every day at practice. Making sure the game plan, making sure you know what these guys look like on film. Obviously, tough opponent this week, but kind of just the same mindset you've had all week, same mindset I've had all year.
Brock, have they told you what the plan is yet? Whether you can tell us or not?
Yes, sir. They've told us a plan. I don't know if it's the best idea to maybe get that out there, but like I said, we know the plan, but even if we didn't know the plan, Gavin's a great kid. Love him in the quarterback room as well. Really everybody in the quarterback room is good dudes, but everybody's going to go in there. We all know the plan, but we're all going to go in there, whether it's a crazy plan, it's not a crazy plan, whatever it is, and attack practice every day.
Brock, you guys have the experience of going down to Ole Miss and getting that win. All due respect to Gavin, he doesn't have that. So is that kind of a little bit of confidence for you if your number is called that you went down there and got that big road win, and maybe you guys can go do it again?
Definitely, it's good to always just look back on that, but we're formed by our past, obviously, with wins and losses. Got some scars, got some stuff that's you look back on and you're proud of, but it's not something that you hang your hat on at the end of the day, because we haven't been good enough since that game, really, on offense. Offense played pretty solid ball, but just gotta make sure we punch some balls in the red area. Got to take care of the ball, especially myself, and just be better on third down. I think our third down numbers outside of 3rd and 7 through 10 were pretty good, but then 7 through 10, I think we were 0 for 6, and that's just obvious passing downs, and that's just the quarterback's got to be better there, and that was me.
Is there anything you can take from watching the offense on the sideline when you're not out there, and kind of what maybe is going wrong versus watching it on film?
No, man. There's really not paying attention to too much stuff on the sidelines. Only you watch the ball, you watch a certain position, watch secondary, watch defense. But with me, my thing is I was mainly watching the defense. Secondary to be able to help Gavin when he came back to the sideline, things of that sort. So I wasn't really watching our guys because that's all stuff you can see on film. But there is some stuff you can see from the sideline, as far as a defensive standpoint. So being able to sit with Gavin and talk with our coach on the sideline about that. So mainly stuff for the other team.
Bush said yesterday that for you handling, sitting in the second half, he said you handle it like a pro. I guess could you walk us through how you felt in that moment and how you're kind of using that through this week at practice to kind of prove yourself again?
Yes, sir. Obviously, as a competitor, you want to be out there. I feel like any competitor on our team, is going to want to have their ball in their hands when a game's that close. But at the end of the day, kind of just, I don't know, maybe you could say a maturity standpoint or something, but just like the realization that this is a business, and if you're not getting it done, then you don't need to be playing. And I wasn't getting it done, so there's no resentment, no nothing like that. They went with the best decision at the time, and you got to live with that. And when your number's called, you got to be ready.
Have you heard Rocky Top enough?
Oh yes, sir, absolutely. My whole dad's side of the family's from Knoxville and stuff, so I've been to a few UT games, but it's definitely getting pretty repetitive.
How are you guys getting ready for that challenge?
Yes, sir. Making sure we have a game plan to go attack these guys. It's going to be loud. We're getting prepped with some of the audio stuff here. Kind of just the same game plan we've been having, which just comes down to execution at the end of the day. We believe the stuff we're running is good and it can be successful. There's some balls, wish I had back at quarterback there. But at the end of the day, the plays are the plays, and we got to be able to go out there and execute them. It's not like we're going to come do some overhaul on a crazy offensive playbook. We just got to go out there, run our stuff, and obviously there'll be some tweaks here and there for their defense. But other than that, we got to go do our thing.
You've been to Knoxville. Have you played in Knoxville?
On the field, I've got a couple snaps last year at the Georgia game, but I've been up there 2 times with Georgia before. Yes, ma'am.
It's easier to know the plan now, Brock, according.
And obviously played for this team for a while now. What does this week playing Tennessee mean to you?
It means a lot, it's just the next game up. Obviously, we're frustrated with how we've performed the last couple of weeks, and the only way to get the taste out of your mouth is to put a good game together on Saturday. So I think we're very focused. I think this team wants it, and I don't think it'd be so frustrating for us the last couple of weeks if this team didn't care. If guys didn't care about losing, if we wanted to roll out there and that to happen, you would see guys already gone, the field would be empty. You wouldn't see all the extra work going on right now. So it's an important week, just like every week is, and we're ready to attack it.
You said if you guys put together your game, what does that look like? After some frustrating games, what will it look like for you guys to put together a good game?
Just executing, scoring points, and executing and not giving up points. That's how you win the game at the end of the day. It's that simple, and you've got to do better in those fields.
What's the morale like in the locker room right now?
I think morale is fine. Like I said, I think this team is hungry. It's not that no one cares. It's frustrating. It's a tough league, and no one's going to feel sorry for you, but it's a tough league, and, guys are hungry. We want to win. We wouldn't be here if we wanted to lose all the time.
Earlier in the season, when you guys lost those couple of early games, you guys were still moving the ball, like 20 first downs. That number is starting to dwindle, and you guys aren't moving the ball as much. Have you guys kind of identified why that is and how that can be corrected?
It's just going back to execution. It takes all 11 guys doing their job extremely well every single snap, and just ensuring we're doing everything we can to make sure that happens.
What are you telling, as one of the leaders, guys been here for a while, what are you telling the quarterbacks, Brock and Gavin, just as they kind of go through an interesting week and had an interesting game Saturday, kind of figuring out who's playing and how that goes?
Just block out the noise and do your job is really all you can do at the end of the day. With all due respect, don't listen to anything you guys say. Don't read Twitter, don't read any of that bull crap, and don't worry about it. Just put your head down and go to work. The only thing that matters is the people in this building, and put your head down, go to work, and put your best foot forward on Saturdays.
How have you seen them do with that? How have you seen them kind of handle this week?
Yeah, I think they've handled it great. I think they're 2 really good teammates. I think they're 2 really mature guys, and they've been at other big schools. They've all started games before, and I think they understand what it is, and they understand we've got to score points, and they're doing everything they can to help this team with whatever they can do individually.
Eli, as a line, how do you all approach those low red zone opportunities that have been such a struggle the last 3 weeks?
Yeah, it's the goal line. They're going to put a guy in every gap that's 350 plus pounds, and you've got to win every single one-on-one. Like I mentioned, all 11 guys at the end of the day. If anyone misses one block, it's too tight of margins down there on the 1 yard line for any of that to happen. And the guy, you can't lose a single one. So it just goes back to all 11 executing at a high level, especially in such a heightened situation.
What makes Neyland Stadium so tough to play in?
It's just really loud. It's a raucous environment. Stadium's kind of built on top of you, so it's just going to be ultra important just to emphasize the pre-snap communication, and you can't do anything to let that crowd get back into it, whether that's the pre-snap penalties, letting them realize they're making an effect on the game. That just gets them even louder. So best thing you can do is just have success, have methodical drives, and hope to quiet them down that way.
Eli, is there any difference between how you approach?
Hard each and every week, when Demi Chip went down, we got the next man up mentality, and that's when we win the game at the next man up mentality. So I went in, I was well prepared, and I was ready to go.
What do you feel like you guys have to do to move the football better as an offense? Even in those early season losses, you guys were getting a lot of first downs, but that number has been dwindling. How are you guys figuring out why that is and how to fix it?
I really think just being consistent each and every week. Just practice what we preach and just continue to do what we do. And Saturdays eventually is going to start clicking again.
Are you looking forward to that opportunity too? It's one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. At night, Halloween weekend, them with the blackout uniforms. How forward do you just look to that challenge?
This is what you come to the SEC for. I feel like this is why you decided to come to University of Kentucky. With games like this, SEC prime time. Tennessee's going to be rocking. And the best players on the field is going to be there. So this is like everything you ask for the SEC. This is what you ask for.
And when you look at that tape with that volunteer defense, what sort of jumps out to you?
It's just making plays against NFL guys who've been in the NFL. You making plays against them, and not people looking at you. So I feel like it's an opportunity. I don't see it as a challenge. It's another opportunity to get better against some talented guys.
Eli said you guys, if you guys didn't care, then it would be obvious you guys wouldn't be out here and stuff like that. So clearly you guys care, but how does that translate into wins, and how does that translate into more production?
I say a little bit more of doing instead of talking about it, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like we got the guys in the locker room that's willing to take up that challenge, and we're willing to go down to Tennessee and do what we got to do.
When you guys get to those goal line situations, or even let's just say in the red zone in general, which that's kind of been a struggle for the offense this year, just punching it into the end zone, does it get to a point where it happens so many times in a row that it becomes like maybe something you start to overthink about over executing plays, do you think?
Not necessarily. I just think right now we in a little adversity. We get into the red zone and scoring points, but I feel like adversity is something that you got to will through it. And once we get over that threshold and we get to that point to where we in the red zone, we scoring every time really, and then I feel like everything really gonna be clicking at that point.
Have you already heard Rocky tell you that was pretty long?
Just the whole facility, the faculty, everybody, even from academics, everybody from the training room to even the head coach just checking in on me every day, making sure I was okay, making sure like I'm going to treatment every day, just making sure I'm focused and locked in.
Thank you.
Because you were so impressive in spring and then early in camp, how frustrating was that moment when you knew you weren't going to play for half the season?
It was frustrating. It was frustrating a little bit at first, but like I said, I have a home here. Kentucky's a great home, so they just do it on me and make sure I was okay. They was with me every step of the way.
Was it a collarbone?
Collarbone, yes, sir.
I think how, especially you and Jason, young guys, you guys are getting ready for a huge game. What are your emotions like going into a place like that?
We're the underdogs, so I'm just going in to be me, make plays, just be great, be great with my teammates. Just come in united and just fight the battle.
Jason said this is why people come to the SEC to play in places like this. What do you think that's going to be like?
It's gonna be a big, loud stage. I heard. I mean, I play NCAA. I see how loud it is, so it's loud. So I'm just gonna bring the best I could and just make sure my head on right.
Do you play with Kentucky against Tennessee, or do you play? Who do you play with?
I usually play with Miami and Kentucky, so it's either out them two, Miami and Kentucky.
At Tennessee, and just like the screen shake, or
the screen shake, the post, stadium post. They got top 3, so they stadium post loud, so it's gonna be loud. So we just gotta get that out, knock that out, and just play football. Playing football at the end of the day.
Back to last Saturday, just being able to have that opportunity to make that grab on the sideline like you did. What does that do just to open up? I don't know, not saying you're not confident already, but just to have.
It was just like, it just brought way more, like you said, way more confidence to me. Like I just shook everything out, like all the words I had, knocked everything out. So I'm playing ball.
It's more like loosening up a little bit too.
Yeah, it is way more loosening. Yes, sir.
Well, for you, especially you as a young guy, but all your receivers, you guys are dealing with an interesting week at quarterback, right? I mean, Brock's been the guy. Gavin gets the second half. Brock said the decision's already been made, but you guys are going to tell us, obviously. But how do you navigate a situation like this where you had consistency, but now it's kind of like two guys, and how's that working?
I mean, Brock is an outstanding quarterback. Even Gavin, they both great quarterbacks. So it's just like we both got two great quarterbacks just locked in, united, and we all as one. We all like a family here, so it's just like whatever they choose to take, we with it. We just playing ball.
Do you guys, tell them anything in practice, or maybe did you guys tell them anything on Saturday, like, all right, guys, keep your heads up, or anything to figure it out, because it must be an interesting situation for them.
Like I said, we all just won, so we all just make sure everybody's okay. Nobody head down, nobody just feeling sad. Just everybody head up, chest high, and playing ball.
How different is it? How different is their playing styles, and how much does it affect what you guys do?
I say it's basically the same. They both physical, they tough. They just great dudes. They do anything for a win. Anything to just get the team a W, they'll do it. They want to do it.